What if the hardest season of your life wasn't the end? What if the silence, the waiting, the disappointment, the closed doors weren't proof that your story was over? What if it was just the space between what was buried and what God was about to bring back to life? Today is Easter Sunday, and I want to talk about a resurrection mindset. Not just what the resurrection means spiritually, but what it means when you're trying to keep your mind right in a season that doesn't quite look like what you hoped for. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to Ways of Change. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa, and on this channel, we talk about mindset, wellness, starting over, and navigating major life transitions in real time. Today is day 95 of 100 days of posting every single day. So 5 more days to go for these daily postings. So today, no applications were submitted and no engagement hour was completed. It's Easter Sunday, so it's a little quieter, a little slower, a little more reflective. And honestly, that feels right, because Easter is not just about a celebration. It's also about perspective. It's about understanding that what looked finished, what looked defeated, what looked buried, wasn't over at all. And I think that message means a lot when you're in a season of transition, when your life feels uncertain, and you're doing your best not to let your mind spiral while you wait. So today I want to talk about the resurrection and how it connects to the mindset we need when life feels unclear. One thing I've been thinking about is this. Everybody loves Easter Sunday. Everybody loves the resurrection, the victory, the breakthrough, the miracle, the joy, the he got up. But before Sunday, there was Friday. And then there was Saturday. That in-between space, that space where it probably looked like all hope was lost. That space where people were grieving, confused, and trying to make sense of what just happened. They were crying. And if we're keeping it real, a lot of us know that feeling very well. Because sometimes life feels like one long Saturday. You're in between what was and what's next. Something has ended, but the new thing hasn't shown up yet. You're waiting, you're hoping, you're praying, you're trying to stay encouraged, but nothing looks resurrected yet. And that's where mindset matters so much. Because in those in-between seasons, your mind will start talking. It'll tell you, it's over. It didn't work. You missed your chance. This is all there is. But a resurrection mindset says something different. It says, just because it looks still, doesn't mean God is done. Just because I can't see movement, doesn't mean nothing is happening. A resurrection mindset says just because something got buried doesn't mean new life isn't coming. That's a powerful way to think. And to be honest, that kind of thinking takes faith. Now let me say this because I think it's important. A resurrection mindset is not pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's not fake positivity. It's not denial. It's not smiling through pain and acting like disappointment doesn't hurt. No, a resurrection mindset tells the truth. My dog over there is getting into something, y'all. Now he's scared of it. A resurrection mindset tells the truth. It says, yes, this is hard. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I thought things would look different by now. Yes, I've had moments where I felt discouraged, but it also says, I still believe that this is not the end of my story. And that right there is the difference. Because mindset is not just about what you feel. It's also about what you choose to agree with. Do I agree with fear? Do I agree with delay? Do I agree with the lie that because it hasn't happened yet, it never will? Or Do I agree with the possibility that God can restore what feels depleted, renew what feels tired, and breathe life back into parts of me that have gone quiet? That's what Easter reminds me of, that dead-looking situations are not too hard for God. And sometimes the situation isn't even the main thing that needs to change. Sometimes it's your mindset that needs to be resurrected first. And let's go there for a minute. Sometimes it's not just the dream that needs resurrection. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes what needs to come back to life is your hope, your confidence, your peace, your energy, your joy, your willingness to believe again. Because life will wear you down if you let it. Disappointment will do that. Waiting will do that. Working a job you've outgrown will do that. Rejection will do that. Trying to stay encouraged when nothing is moving the way you want it to will do that. And before you know it, you're still functioning, but there's something in you that feels dead. You're still showing up, but not fully alive. You're still doing what needs to be done, but your spirit feels tired. That's why Easter hits so deeply for me. Because resurrection is personal. It reminds me that God is still in the business of reviving things, not just circumstances, people. He can revive your strength. He can revive your relationships. He can revive your clarity. He can revive your ability to trust again. He can revive your mindset. And sometimes that resurrection doesn't happen all at once. No. Sometimes it starts small. A little more strength, a little more peace, a little more willingness to keep going, a little more softness where life tried to make you hard. That counts too. Small signs of life still matter. Here's the part I really want to sit with today. Being buried is not the same as being finished. I'm going to say that again, just in case you were multitasking. Being buried is not the same as being finished. Because sometimes life will bury you under disappointment, under delay, under grief, under confusion, under responsibilities, under seasons that don't make sense. And when that happens, it's so easy to assume, well, this must be the end. But what if it isn't? What if the place that felt like burial is actually the place where transformation is happening? What if the thing that looked like a loss was also making room for a new kind of life? That's what the resurrection teaches me. That what looked like defeat was not final. And that matters when you're trying to protect your mind in a hard season. Because if you think it's over, you stop expecting. You stop preparing. You stop imagining something better. You stop stretching. You stop believing. But when you carry a resurrection mindset, you say, I may be in a hard season right now, but I'm not abandoned. I may not understand this chapter, but I trust there's more coming. I may feel buried, but God can still call me forward. That kind of mindset changes how you live while you wait. For me, a resurrection mindset also means choosing life in small, everyday ways. Choosing not to let bitterness move in. Choosing not to let disappointment define my identity. Choosing not to live in discouragement permanently. How about you? Choosing to protect your peace, choosing to rest without quitting, choosing to believe again, even if it's only in little whispers. Because not every mindset shift is loud. Sometimes it sounds like this. I'm still here. I'm still trying. I still trust God. I still believe there is purpose in this season. I don't have all the answers, but I'm not giving up on my life. That is powerful, my friend. That's sacred. That's resurrection energy. And maybe that's the word for somebody today. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to have the full blueprint. You don't need visible proof for every next step. Sometimes you just need to stay open to the possibility that new life can still come from places that look impossible. The scripture I want to anchor today in is John 11:25. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. I love that verse because Jesus didn't say he performs resurrections. He said, I am the resurrection and the life. Meaning, this is not just something he does every now and then. It's who he is. So when something in your life feels still or delayed or lifeless or worn down, you can remember that you serve a God whose nature is life, whose nature is renewal, whose nature is restoration. And that means this dead season doesn't get the final word. Grab your journals, friend, piece of paper, a napkin, whatever you have to write with. I have a journal prompt for you. So our one journal prompt is this. What part of me, my life, or my mindset needs resurrection in this season? And be honest when you answer. Maybe it's your hope. Maybe it's your confidence. Maybe it's your discipline. Maybe it's your peace. Maybe it's your dream even. Whatever it is, name it. Because sometimes healing begins with the honest answer. So as we close out day 95 on this Easter Sunday, I want to leave you with this. If life feels quiet right now, if you're in an in-between season, if something in you feels tired, if your future feels slower than you hoped, don't assume the silence means the story is over. The resurrection reminds us that life can rise in places that look done. Hope can rise, peace can rise, clarity can rise, strength can rise. And yes, even you can rise again, my friend. So protect your mind, protect your hope, protect your expectations. And don't let this season convince you that buried means dead forever. Sometimes it just means God is still working underground. Happy Easter to you and your family. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. If this episode spoke to you, drop a comment and tell me, what does a resurrection mindset mean to you? I'm Vanessa, and this is Ways of Change. If you're walking with me through these 100 days of change, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with somebody who needs a little hope today. And go back and watch some of the previous episodes. I'm sure it will bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.